The most beautiful thing to me about that song is that you don't have to be Boricua, Morena, anything, Dominicano, whatever.
But he says that in the song, right?
But to feel the pride of being Latino, right? Like you hear this and he says, no matter your race, because today you're Latino. And anyone that heard that song felt proud. And it's like, you're proud of who you are and what you represent. And that was, I feel like it's so cool. It speaks a lot to like who he is, because he's so proud of who he is. And we were all so proud to be a part of that record, that anytime you hear that, no matter what you represent or where you're from, you are proud. Yeah. And that is like the best part of, I think, that record.
It was a huge moment for us to be a part of that.
Oh my gracious.
Even back in high school, Jennifer inspired more than
Cambié la imagen por vender discos.
Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga.
Are you the third member today?
Yes.
Okay.
So I feel like you always have like a third member. Laura Styles was like your third member before.
Yeah.
Then Angie Martinez was another third member. I feel like
we've had a lot of third members. Yeah.
You guys are not loyal.
Well, we're still together, so we're pretty loyal.
Welcome to Growing Up Latina.
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Oh my God. This was like, a year in the making. I feel like I've been targeting you guys for about a year now.
Well, thank you for
here.
having us.
We made it happen.
Yes.
Thanks for thinking of us.
No, thank you. Thank you for everything that you've contributed to the industry, because wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
You're so kind.
No, it's the truth. It really is the truth. Welcome. Growing Up Latina. Nina Sky is here.
Thanks for having us.
Yes. So let's start off with the sala. What was the sala vibes for you? What music were you listening to? What novelas were you watching?
The sala vibe. So we had two salas because we were raised by our grandmother when our mom wasn't around, like when she was working. So we grew up with lots of novelas. It's really funny because we were talking about this recently, how we remember all the songs. So we would watch like Marimar or like Maria la del Barrio or what was the other one?
Un carrusel. Carrusel de niños.
What was the other one? Dos mujeres.
Un camino.
Do you remember those?
Yes,
Did you watch those with your grandma too?
So my favorite novela was La Supadora.
Okay.
That was like the one that I was like locked into. And then Maria del Barrio.
Yeah, we feel like we had no business watching any of that.
No?
But
no.
Yeah.
The music stayed with us forever though. Like
so what music were you listening to back then?
Well, at our grandma's, it was Ana Gabriel. She listened to that a lot.
Okay.
And our mom's, it was like freestyle music, salsa music, hip hop music, everything.
Yeah.
Our mom played everything all the time. She loved music. So
wait, where did you guys grow up?
Queens.
Queens?
Yeah.
So grandma was in Queens?
Yeah.
We lived in Astoria. Our grandma was our next door neighbor in
Love
the same
that.
building. So we
That's
would
convenient.
go. Yeah, we would go from our apartment, just walk right next door, and grandma would be right there with our food and our TV and just everything we wanted.
So that was like your comfort, like
100%.
total grandma's house?
We used to argue over who could sleep with grandma because she had a small bed. It was like, tonight is my turn. No, it's my turn.
Yeah, and what's even funnier is we would argue over who's going to wear her bata because she had like a massive collection of batas. And I was like, Grandma, I want to wear that bata. And Nicole's like, I want to wear that bata. And we were like this small, like drowning in her batas.
Like
but
it would literally reach the floor.
Yeah, we were really connected to our grandma. Spent a lot of time with her.
So Christmas, where was that being hosted? Was it at your grandma's house?
We spent Christmas actually at our grandfather's house, our mom's father's house. But we never did Christmas Day. We did Christmas Eve.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Noche Buena, right? Yeah, that was like one of our family traditions.
So what was the family like?
The family?
Yeah.
What was the family like?
Like what were you guys into? Because I have a huge family. I have 4 sisters, 5 brothers. No, 5 sisters, 4 brothers. Sorry. 5 sisters, 4 brothers. So it was huge. But it was like a lot of arguing, a lot of everything, very competitive household.
Honestly, do you mean on the holidays? You just mean in general?
Just in general.
Oh, because I was going to say on the holidays, like I have videos of our Christmases, and it was just a lot of music and a lot of dancing. And I had those memories, and then when I found the videos and saw our whole family like dancing salsa, some people that are not here with us anymore, like having those memories, they're just, it was such an incredible, celebratory, close, like knit we were, and we still are actually.
Yeah, our family's very close. We spend a lot of time together. All the holidays, the kids are growing up kind of like siblings, like they're cousins, but they spend a lot of time together.
Okay. Our dynamic, this is our dynamic. Since we were kids, we've always been close. We've always done everything together. We rarely fight. And people are surprised by that.
Yeah.
I think we've had one big fight that we can remember in our lives. But aside from that, like, we're like this.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you have to be. We spend so much time together. We have like a really deep amount of respect for each other. And I think that's what it comes down to. Even when we're at odds over something, the respect, over like covers it all. It's like, okay, well, we respect each other so we can get through this, and we don't let anything kind of like tear us apart. Or
I think it's funny because like I said, I have sisters, but I could never imagine being in business with my sisters ever. Like, it's so weird. And I love them. No, I love you guys. My sisters are accountants, and I don't even let them do my taxes.
Okay, that's great. I mean, it benefits you.
I don't know what it is. I just feel like family and business can sometimes get tricky. So when I hear that you guys have this dynamic where it works, I'm like, that's dope. Like, what's the secret?
For us, we think it's like our greatest asset is that we have such a deep respect for each other. So, you go into business with people that you don't know all the time. All of us do, right? And you just trust that they know enough about the business that they're going to do the right things and they're going to make the right. But with Natalie, it's like I always know that she has my best interest in mind, and she knows that I have hers. And we can go at it. We can disagree. We don't always agree. But at the end of the day, like, the way that we support each other in our business and the moves that we make, like, I can't imagine doing that with anyone else. Because
what's like the longest time you spend without speaking to one another?
It was a week, right?
Yeah, it's so funny. She wasn't talking to me, so we had to record. We were scheduled to go to Miami to record with Salam Remy. And Nicole was so mad at me, she didn't want to come.
I just didn't get on the flight.
Yeah, she didn't show up.
I didn't talk to her for a week.
I went by myself. I went to the studio, recorded this whole song. I think Salam wrote Nicole's part because Nicole wasn't there. So he was like, oh, whatever, we'll work through it. Like, we'll work through the rap part, whatever. And eventually we got her to come down like the last day to record it. But that was the longest.
And I love the song. And at the end of the day, we made up and moved forward. But the
song also kind of, like, it's called On Some Bullshit. So I felt like, I don't know, that really wasn't it doesn't describe what we were going through, but it kind of like, it was from this, this energy.
I mean, when you think about it, it kind of did like capture that energy. I mean, you hadn't written anything like that prior to it, and then we had this fight, and then you write a song that the chorus is, I'm on some bullshit, fuck what you heard. Like, now that I think about it, I feel like you probably wrote that about what was going on, even though maybe it wasn't.
No, it was like one of those things where it was emotionally led, but it wasn't really like, it wasn't a literal song. But whatever, she showed up after a week and recorded the verse, and we got over it. But
I want to get into the music really quick. There's so many questions I have for you guys. I'm like, where do I go from here? But I do want to get in, just because you brought it up. In terms of writing. Where is the music stemming from? Is it from personal experiences? Is it that maybe a friend went through something and you're writing on the perspective of like that friend?
We write songs based on our own experiences, but also based on the experiences of others. We're inspired by everything. Our first album, Natalie wrote a lot of it, so she can probably speak more to, the inspiration of it.
Yeah, so a lot of the first album was written, I think it was inspired more by other people's stories, because we were 17, 18, 19 when we wrote these songs. And a lot of the stuff I had never been through, but I knew friends that went through it and they were telling me stories. So something like Faded Memories, the first line is, never wanted to say goodbye, but time passes, people change. And I remember a friend breaking up with someone and she was so devastated. And she said that. I don't know if it was those exact words, but she said something like that, and I wrote it down. And I was like, okay, this is a great beginning to like a song. And then we have another song called Surely Miss, which is about losing someone. And I had never been through that, but one of my really close friends at the time had experienced like a devastating loss, like her best friend. and I wanted to write something for her. And that was where Shirley missed. How what inspired that was what she had been through, because I wanted to write something that she could play and think about this person and be like, okay, you live on forever. So that was my inspiration for that song. But yeah, a song like Move Your Body was just about having fun. We wrote that together. So, but yeah, I think we draw from people's experiences, I guess our own experiences as well.
Yeah, we've written a lot of songs that are based on our own experiences. I mean, you don't want to talk about the ones that are so personal.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of them are. Even like Champion Lover, it's a song that we put out recently, or not recently. It was like probably the last one we put out. It was like 2017,
like 4 years, a while ago. Yeah,
that's not 4 years ago, girl.
Yeah.
But a song, it's a fun love song, but it's about, the love that I have for my partner and our children. It could be about the love you have for just someone important in your life. So, it's a very simple, cute song, but it came from that feeling, know. So
I'm gonna tell you my favorite song.
What?
You guys will never expect this to be my favorite song.
Throw it at us.
And I will sing this.
Sing it.
And
actually, you should sing it now.
Okay, wait.
I would love the only way that we're going to hear it is if you sing it, right?
Yo, I am not a singer, guys.
No,
so
do it. Go
please.
for it.
Today you are.
Yeah.
As a third member of Nina Sky. Temperatures are rising.
Oh, that's another one. See, Natalie comes with
and that song right there.
Yeah, that's a popular.
Closer,
when we think about singing, this song was written when we were teenagers.
Yeah, so Nicole plays the guitar. So that song I wrote with Nicole playing the guitar. Obviously, it's a song about an intimate session, right?
I love it.
It's a very intimate song. At 16, 17, 18, I'm not sure that I had that kind of intimacy before, but maybe I had heard a lot of songs about it. And I was like, okay, so this is what it is.
Put the pieces together.
Yeah.
I actually love that song. And it's come up a lot recently.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the vocals on that song is insane. No, no, you don't understand. Like, I love this song.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
It's one of my favorite songs.
There's only a few songs on the album that we conceptualized ourselves. Like, we wrote every single song on that album. But that song, Temperatures Rising, is a song that we conceptualized ourselves. Goodbye, Faded Memories. There's a Runaway. There's a few songs that and so it's really cool. When you say, oh, I love Temperatures Rising, because we would play that in our bedroom. Nicole,
that song is so fire.
And it's,
and it's like classic. The entire album is classic. So the fact that it has stood the test of time really speaks to like where you guys were versus where you guys are today. And it was just such a timeless moment. So you have Move Your Body. 20 years ago, still Beyonce is on stage killing it.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
We
How
love
is that
Beyonce.
feeling? How's that feeling for you when you see that?
It's the coolest feeling. I mean, we've been writing songs together since we were 9, so to see an artist like Beyonce that we idolized when we were teenagers.
Yeah, you can find
Beyonce.
videos of us performing Destiny's Child and Beyonce songs online. So, our love for Beyonce runs really deep. To see her performing Move Your Body was like, whoa.
Major.
Yeah. And what do you guys feel now, just like looking back, and it's like, again, 20 years, this is your 20-year anniversary with that song, well, the entire album, but like, what are some of the feelings that you get from that?
We feel very fortunate for everywhere that song has taken us. It gave us the platform to do everything else that we've done in our lives, to be here with you today, to travel the world, to, DJ, to do so many things. So, we feel super blessed to have done that, and also to have experienced it together, because it's one thing to get these opportunities and, experience it solo, but to have your twin sister, your best friend, experience it with you, it just adds so much more meaning to it.
Do you remember like the first time you heard it in the club or on the radio? Like, what was that like?
The first time we heard it on the radio?
So the first time we heard it on the radio, Cypher Sounds told us he was going to play it. So we had everybody.
We were locked in.
We had everybody up at the crib. Like,
it was like
everyone
a listening
was
party.
there. Yeah. And it felt like unreal. And from that day forward, it just, like, it didn't stop. Like that song, that the song just like had legs and it just was played.
Did you think it was going to have like such an impact when like recording that song? Like, did you feel that in that moment?
We knew it was special. We wrote the song so fast. You know, me and Natalie at our core were R&B artists, and we like to write these really deep, meaningful, melodic, you know, big songs. Temperatures Rising is one of those songs. We wrote it on a guitar. Faded Memories, we wrote it on a guitar. Goodbye. You know, we had written all these like singer-songwriter kind of R&B songs. And then when we got the opportunity to write Move Your Body, Cypher Sounds had given us the Coolie Dance rhythm. We went into the studio with our production team at the time, the Jetsons, Elijah and Lionel. And we just got to it. And in 20 minutes, like 20 minutes later, we were like, yo, like,
yeah, this is a banger. Like, wow. Like,
we wanted to write something that was fun, something that felt accessible and just like club ready. So we knew that that we had accomplished that, but we had no idea that it would, you know, globally become what it's become.
Like a phenomenon.
Even today when we hear the song, we're like, cool. Like I could be in the supermarket and I hear it and I'm just like, it's cool.
You know, we were in the studio, we had been in the studio since we were like 14, 15 years old. So Move Your Body didn't come out till like, well, we didn't write Move Your Body or actually have this kind of success until like 5 years later. So, you know, we recorded a lot of songs that we thought were bangers and big songs. So, but they never, you know, we never released them. And then this one came out and it was like, we had to kind of follow. Move Your Body.
We had to catch up. Yeah, it happened so fast.
Do you feel like, because most artists, when they have such a hit song like this, they're now like trying to outdo that song, right? Did you feel like that pressure of like, oh my God, I have to like follow up with another song? I know you guys had Turning Me On, so that seemed like a really solid follow-up. But I'm just wondering, did you feel like, oh my God, this is just gonna be it, or I gotta follow up, or where do I go from here? Like,
yeah, I think we were so in the moment and just enjoying like this moment that we didn't think about what was next. It was like, okay, we're gonna ride this out. Like, where are we off to next? What's going on? You know, like we weren't really thinking about following it up with anything. And then we recorded Oye Mi Canto, and then that song became the next song that we were.
I mean, you guys had major moments, like Oye Mi Canto. Like, let's just talk about that for a minute, because reggaeton wasn't what it is now, right? So you guys really like kind of introduced it with Nori, and now it's like this new sound. So what was that like for you? Like, did you guys trust like this new vibe? Like, okay, this is it. Now we got something here as well. Like, what was that like?
Nori had a real passion for reggaeton music at that time. Like he presented the idea to us. Like he had this idea and we were like, yeah, let's do it. We had never done anything in Spanish up until that point. And it just felt like the right record because it was like celebrating who we are. It was like such a celebratory record. So, I mean, that was incredible. But like we feel very honored to have been a part of that movement and everything that it contributed to like the reggaeton movement. But at the end of the day, like N.O.R.E really saw that vision and really believed in reggaeton music. Like as a rapper from Queens, you know, he put his career on the line by saying, no, I'm putting this record out.
Facts.
And look at how huge it got. So,
but how does that work? Like, how do you team up with Nori? Like, does he call you? Do you call him? Were you guys friends before this? Like, how does this all happen?
You know, we're Queens girls, so we love
Capone
and
Noriega,
Noriega.
of Nori before it happened. But he had reached out to Cypher Sounds and our manager at the time, and he was like, yo, I need the girls on a hook. So we were at a show in Connecticut when we got the call. It was 2 a.m. And we drove straight from Connecticut to the studio because we're like, yo, N.O.R.E wants us on a record. And then we got there and we heard the concept. And we're like, this is incredible. Let's do it. And the energy in that room was just so dynamic. Like, we knew it was going to be something because he's like, this is it. Like, I'm doing this reggaeton record. You know, I'm going to get Tego on it. Like, at the time, it was Tego before Daddy Yankee. And it's going to be global. Like, this is going to be big. And when Nori says something, first of all, you believe it. Like, it's gonna happen because he's so passionate. And I love that about him because he believes, you know, obviously we all believe in ourselves, but like, he's like, yo, this is it. We got in there, we recorded the record, and the rest was history. It was it. Like, he was right. So,
well, what about the concept for the video? Like, who came up with that concept?
You know, we showed up in Miami.
We got to set.
Yeah, and we just did our thing.
Yeah, we went into our trailer, got ready. We had, honestly, I wish we could say we had some say, but we were just there and
But it definitely captured the vibe, the celebratory vibe of it. And it was amazing, like all of it. Like, looking back on it.
The most beautiful thing to me about that song is that you don't have to be Boricua, Morena, anything, Dominicano, whatever.
But he says that in the song, right?
But to feel the pride of being Latino, right? Like you hear this and he says, no matter your race, because today you're Latino. And anyone that heard that song felt proud. And it's like, you're proud of who you are and what you represent. And that was, I feel like it's so cool. It speaks a lot to like who he is, because he's so proud of who he is. And we were all so proud to be a part of that record, that anytime you hear that, no matter what you represent or where you're from, you are proud. Yeah. And that is like the best part of, I think, that record.
It was a huge moment for us to be a part of that. It's like, and it's also the 20th anniversary of that song too. So
my gosh.
It's
shout out to Nori for the vision.
Yes.
Yeah. Who were you like most surprised or like shocked to work with?
Surprised or shocked to work with? You know, on our first album, we worked with Betty Wright. And I guess that was kind of shocking, you know, like R&B legend for us. And as young R&B artists, it was really incredible for us. Working with Salam Remy, who had produced a lot of the artists that we love.
Such a
from
legend.
Like the Fugees to Nas, and you know, we love him. So that was, I think that was a pretty big surprise for us when it happened. Who else, Nat?
I'm trying to think who else. You know, doing the song with The Alchemist and Prodigy was another big moment for us, because, you know, we grew up listening to Mobb Deep and listening to Prodigy and Havoc. So doing that song was really cool.
Major moments for you guys.
Yeah. But we weren't in the studio for that. So like they sent us the record and we wrote the hook and we sent it back. And you know, we performed a few times together, but that was also like a really cool.
How do you guys get into this industry? Like, where did you guys see this?
We don't know where it started.
What do you mean?
We don't.
You saw this somewhere.
Do you really
pinpoint
want the story?
No. But honestly, it's like we came out of the womb writing songs and singing together because we can't pinpoint it. It's, you know, one of our aunts said when you were younger, you used to sing everything that you said, like all the commercials. But she said you wouldn't talk. It was just like everything was singing.
Oh,
and Veronica. But ever since we can remember, we've always sang songs together. We've always written songs together. Every Christmas, we asked for a karaoke machine so we could have a microphone to sing into. I mean, I don't know the day that you can't remember.
No,
when we decided this is what we're gonna do.
No, we just decided it. Our whole childhood like set us up for this. Right. Like, you know, we spent a lot of time outside singing with our friends. And we have friends from that time that can tell you that we were outside just singing, because everyone's like, when are you guys going to stop? Like, you're just singing all the time. But it was just...
But to turn it into a business, right? Because that's different. Like anybody could, well, not anybody could sing, because I can't.
You sounded beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. But to turn this into a business where now this becomes serious for you guys, now you guys are signing deals. Like, how does this work? Who's like on your team, in your corner, supporting you guys?
You know, the first
giving
person,
you advice.
The first person on our corner supporting us was our mom, right?
Okay, love that.
Our mom was just like, if this is what you want to do, I'm going to bring you to every audition possible.
Oh, we love her.
I'm going to get you the karaoke machine every Christmas, even though maybe I can't afford it, but I know that you...
This is what you want.
This is what you're passionate about.
Yeah. We got writing books every Christmas. They would give us like journals to write.
Do you still have it?
In. Yes.
We still have the books that we wrote our songs in.
The first song we ever wrote.
What was the first song? Sisters?
Yes. Sisters.
How does it go?
Are you going to do it?
Go for it.
1, 2, 3. Sisters, we're gonna get through life together, and I will not let you go.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's a...
That's a 9-year-old's perspective of like, you know, sisterhood. And look at us here. We're still together.
I love that.
But yeah, our mom, that's true. Our mom always supported the vision, and, you know, the way we ended up in the industry, the short version is...
Well, I just wanted to, honestly, if from the beginning there wasn't someone saying you could do this and believing in us, then maybe we wouldn't have gotten to this point. So just to say that, like, mom really supported us and believed in us. And then, yes, eventually... You can continue.
I was going to a performing arts school. I went to PPAS. They used to have a board.
Oh, I love PPAS. I went to Talent Unlimited.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Kind of, it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same.
So they used to have a board by the office that had auditions. And one day there was an audition. We went to it. It ended up going well. We started recording music. And then we met with one particular... Through this, we ended up working with a bunch of producers, but there was one producer that we grew like...
Elijah.
We ended up working with a lot, and his name was Elijah.
Okay.
And we worked with Elijah, recording a lot of music from when we were like 13 to like 19. And then, I like, where to go from there? Like, I can't give you the whole...
No, you can't get... No, that's fine. But like the first deal that you had, like, I'm sure that must have been like a little nerve-wracking.
The first deal we got, it was a little nerve-wracking. We were two girls who really felt passionate about this and really, really wanted to do this, but we were young, right?
Yeah.
I remember going on an audition with our guitar, singing all these like singer-songwriter songs.
We auditioned for Cypher. Elijah was doing parties in the city, and he knew Cypher sounds. He was working at like labels at the time, and then Hot 97. He's like, oh, I really want you to meet Cypher. So we showed up. Nicole was like with her guitar. We're doing like singer-songwriter songs, and he's like, oh, this is cool and all, but like, where's your like party record?
But
like,
then we did another showcase, so we switched it up because we we play guitar, but we also DJ'd. So the next showcase we did, I DJ'd it. And we did like a full performance, DJing, singing.
Yeah.
And I think we got signed after that, right?
Yeah. Well, we released Move Your Body first. And then after Move Your Body, we got signed.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I thought you got signed before Move Your Body. So it was after.
Yeah.
Oh, fire. Okay, dope. Now, talk to me about DJing. How did you guys get into that? It just seems like you literally, like, I came out the womb just like... doing whatever. Like, I'm going to DJ, I'm going to sing, I'm going to do
Our mom was so supportive.
Yeah.
We had turntables in our room. We would play music loud all day. But our stepfather was a DJ, so he had turntables, had records. We'd listen to Hot 97, and I would hear Coco Chanel DJing. And I'm like, I don't know any women DJs. Like, and she's the nicest DJ on Hot 97 at the time, in my opinion. Like, she's incredible.
Yeah.
So that inspired me, and I started going to Rock and Soul in the city and buying records. And Natalie and I, we had a 4-track, and we would use the instrumentals and record songs on the 4-track with the records. And, I just knew that I didn't know what it was going to turn into, but I knew that being a DJ and being a singer were kind of, was hand in hand.
It goes hand
so
in
we
hand.
could apply them and use it together. So... And ultimately, I mean, we still DJ now, so...
So once Nicole started DJing, we started telling everyone, like, oh, Nicole's DJing.
Yeah.
And she would book every school party. Like my school, at PPAS, she was DJing.
Martin Luther King,
High
Washington
School.
Irving.
Washington Irving.
Wait, you was just going up to these schools like, I'm going to do it?
No,
like,
well, you do one, and then, people
and then they
talk,
hear about
and they're
it.
like,
Humanities,
yo, I have one going
all
on,
of them.
do mine.
So
So
that's
we would,
insane. I love
If
it.
you
up
were
with
going
the
to school in
crates.
New York City at that time, I probably DJ'd your school party.
Yeah.
Like, I was DJing all of them. And we also found the book that I kept a tally of what I was making for them. And it was like 4 hours, Humanities High School, $100. And I had to bring turntables, a mixer,
Everything.
lights,
The
records.
crates, you gotta bring the
Natalie was helping me
records,
carry
yeah.
it.
Oh
But
my God.
yeah.
I love that you have these memories too, though. I love that you have like the writing book, you have the amount of hours you put in with the
Well,
still have the
everything was together
turntables.
in storage. We just like
Really?
for our 20th anniversary, we're like, let's finally like dig through this stuff and see what's there.
Yeah.
And we found all the original lyrics, and we found her original book with her DJ stuff in it, and like all these flyers from events that we forgot. Like, oh, we were here. So it was really cool to look
What is
through.
that feeling like when you like go back and you start seeing all these things?
It's cool. You forget about some of it.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, oh, that time you were in Germany? And Nat's really good at keeping everything. So she had, what is it called? The books, the scrapbooks.
Yeah.
And in her scrapbooks, she also wrote notes with all of the pictures. So it was really bringing us back to that time because it would say Germany this day or a Bravo show or Yeah, it was really cool revisiting that all together. We opened it at the same time, went through it at the same time, and we were like, wow.
Like, wow.
Yeah, it was cool.
Did you guys have like diaries growing up? Like, did you ever like just like timestamp your thoughts at all?
Oh, I still do.
Yeah.
You still do?
I'm a writer.
What are you gonna do with those?
Like I told my husband, I'm like, if anything happens to me, you know, people want to go through your stuff. I was like, you have one job. Your job is to just like get rid of this. Like, I don't need people. No, because you know what it is? Like, this is for me. Like, if I wanted to write a biography or an autobiography, I would write it. And you guys could know all about my life. But this is my personal thoughts. And this is for me to get stuff out of my brain and to get through the things I'm feeling. It's not for everyone to see. I think my journals are like really personal, but I've told them like anything happens, the journals are there. Just, you know, I don't need people like now trying to put together who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because this is, it was more like, writing is like therapy for me.
So you write every day?
Not every day, but I do write often. Like when I was pregnant, I wrote a lot. When I was younger, I'd write my dreams down so I could remember them.
Oh, you was real life manifesting.
I mean, I write lists down. Like I am a lister. Like anything I have to do, it's like people write it in their phone. I need to write it with my hand.
Me too. I feel the same way. Like I actually need to write.
Like it's not real if I don't write it. So,
but I'll tell you this. If someone like, I don't know, I'm giving like worst case scenario, but if someone broke into my house and found any of my journals, they would be hella confused because I always write in the future tense.
Yeah.
So in my journals, it's like everything already happened for me. So you'll be really confused. God forbid something happened and none of that happened. They're looking at it like, wait,
you're like, who is this person? Like, I mean, I don't even know what people would see. It's probably not even anything, you know, that crazy. I just feel like that's for me. Like my journals are for me. We only have a few things that are ours. Those are my thoughts. This is my safe space for myself. Like this is where I let it all out. And like, you know, not everything's for sharing. So do you instill that in your kids? Like, do you also give them journals to like write their thoughts down? They have journals.
Yeah.
When my son is 10, he writes a lot. He writes books. Like he loves to read and write. I gave Goldie a journal, her daughter, and she's been writing a lot too.
Yeah, she writes in it. It's her spy book.
Her spy book?
Yeah, she's 6, so right now it's her spy book. Yeah. She isn't writing stories or anything yet, but you know, it definitely says keep out, no moms allowed.
She got a lock and everything on that.
So there might be some like, you know, some private stuff like your journals in there, but as far as I know, it's her spy book.
Yeah, and you can respect that space.
Totally. And she knows that I respect it.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, are they showing any signs of like music? Are they singing?
Well, they love music. All of them.
Natalie's sons, they sing, they can hold a note there.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
So my younger son, Izzy, he's doing a performance in school and they're singing Heal the World. And he sang it to me and I started crying. Like I
sent the video in the family group chat and we all stared crying.
Yeah, his voice is so beautiful. And Izzy is a very vibrant child. Like Izzy is so, he's like vibrant. Like you feel his presence when he steps into a room. Like you know he's there. And to hear this like soft voice come out of him, and he was so poised when he sang it for me. I was like, I just didn't even know. I was choked up. I was like crying. But like he has such a beautiful voice, and it's they love music. They love to sing. Max too. Max loves to sing, but Max is more like, he's 10 now, so he can sing, but he's cool about it. Yeah. Where Izzy, like, he doesn't realize like he's
that he has that power.
He hears the voice, and like I played him the video, and he's like, "Who is that? Whose voice is that? That's not my voice." I'm like, "Yes, it is. Your voice. That's your voice." He's like, "Why do I sound like that?" I'm like, "That's what you sound like. You sound beautiful." He's like, "So, but
I can see a family band in the future."
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you managing us?
Girl.
I mean, we need a manager.
I meant the kids.
I can't be the lead singer. They can't be like my
I meant the kids. You already have a band.
Okay.
How has motherhood changed you guys?
How has motherhood changed us? Well, you know, we can go on and on about our kids. Like
I think that's so beautiful.
Motherhood.
No, but I do want kids.
Okay.
And I'm just like, I can't wait for that moment where I just like have my own, because I feel like I'll be so soft about it. Or maybe drive myself crazy. I don't know. I wasn't like the perfect child growing up. I just remember like the headaches that I gave my mom. So I'm like, oh, Do I want that?
I think every kid goes through that stage, though,
But my
right?
mom
It's a part
told-
of growing up.
Yeah, but my mom said, I hope all your kids come out like you. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Aw. Well, look at you now. I mean, we all have everything that we went through as kids, all the things that, you know, we put our parents through. Like, they make us who we are. They make our parents who they are.
Yeah.
You know? Your mom's probably really tough because of you. Right?
She was such a strict mom. Like, honestly, like, she just kept us inside a lot. And I feel like, you know what? I was just having this conversation earlier. I really took the time, and I don't know if you guys ever had this opportunity with your parents, but I really took the time growing up to ask my mom like who she was before she had me. I think it's so important to have that conversation with your parents because growing up I was kind of so like angry at her for a lot of things. She was a single mom with 4 kids. So she did the best that she could, but I never really understood why. So as I got older, I started asking her all these questions and then it made sense. Did you guys have that moment with like your parents where you probably asked them questions?
Our mom was a young mom, and I kind of feel like we grew up together. You know,
Same
like,
with my mom, yeah.
Yeah, so we ask her questions now, and she's very revealing. Like she says a lot of things. She's very honest.
But I also think she tries to be protective of it, you know? Like,
Really? Why? Why do you feel like...
because she's still our mom.
Yeah.
You know, so I think she tries to be protective of it. She wants us to see all the best sides of her. And that's all we've seen our whole life is the best sides of our mom. Our mom is an incredible mom. Like we are everything we are because of her. But I know that, you know, she was a young mom. You know, she had her first child when she was 17.
Yep, my mom too, yeah.
And so I think, you know, maybe she also didn't know who she was at that time. So it's hard for her to articulate to us what it was because she was still a kid. I can't even imagine being 17, having a child. And she was 21 with three. Yeah. So, you know, I think we've talked to her about it, but she seems kind of protective of it, right? Like,
I feel like when we ask her questions, she'll give us information, you know. Maybe not all of it, but you know, she's still young. Our mom is, you know, maybe over the years she'll become a little bit more comfortable.
We have the best relationship with her, and I think a part of her also is just like maintaining that is so important that it's just like that's probably why, you know, she's not fully. We don't, you know, she's not talking about her life at 17.
Do you guys see like a lot of yourself, like, I mean, a lot of your mom within yourself as moms?
Oh yeah, I think I do. You know, our mom was just such a loving, caring kind of. Maybe sometimes, you know, she's so mothering even now, like
to everyone
and to everyone.
Really? Yeah, our mom is everyone's mom.
Yeah,
I love that.
I can see myself sometimes being that way towards the kids.
She's like nurturing.
Yeah,
She'll do anything for anyone. Like she's selfless to a fault sometimes because she puts herself last. But our mom is very loving, very supportive. Like she loves everyone so deeply. She'll do anything for you. I feel like we're like that. We get the loving side from our mom. Also like the don't fuck with my kid side from our mom because our mom is like was always like that growing up. Was like so like we're really nice and really loving, but you know, once you mess with the family, it's like
it's a wrap.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
You know,
She's like,
we definitely get that from our mom too, because you don't want to mess with any of us or like anyone in her family.
Yeah.
Very protective.
Very protective.
Are you guys like strict with your kids? Are you strict moms?
We have boundaries with our kids.
Okay.
You know, I'm definitely the mom that's like, we're cool, but there's boundaries and there's rules.
Right.
And, you know, my kids are young still, 2 and 6. So they're understanding that now. I wouldn't say I'm super strict. You know, I love for my daughters to experience everything with me. So if I can take them to perform with us, take them to our rehearsals, take them to the studio, like just any opportunities that we have to get them, to let them experience the world is something that's really important to me. I don't think we're strict parents. I think you're kind of similar too. Like,
yeah, we're not strict. I wouldn't say I'm strict. I mean, there are boundaries. They know like they can't do certain things. But the kids are also very respectful.
Yeah.
Like they listen. So
my mom used to be like, I'm your mother, not your friend. So she made it very clear, like, we are not friends. I don't know what your friends are talking about, that the moms are your best friends. We are not that. How much do they know about your career? I mean, I know your kids are still very young, but you have a 10-year-old. Like, are they aware that you guys are Nina Sky?
They weren't.
They are now.
Now they are. So Max would always ask, like, if we were stopped when we were outside, if someone randomly stopped us, why are they stopping you to take a picture, Mom? What like, I was like, nah, they thought they knew who I was or something when he was little. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does happen, it is weird for like, it's just me and him. And it's just, oh my God, can I take a photo with you? So he, but as when he was like 8 or 9, one of his teachers was like, I know who your mom is. And he was like, what? And he's like, Mom, why didn't you tell me? Like, my teacher knows who you are. And I was
but
like,
I'm your mom.
I'm like, I'm your mom. Yeah. But, it's not that I didn't tell him. Like, he's seen us perform, but he doesn't get it. Like, he's been on stage with us, but still doesn't get that, like, well, at that point, he didn't get that we're, like, performers and, like, people know who we are. And I kind of like it that way. Like,
do you?
Yeah. Like,
why? I feel like if he's going to go into singing, no?
Well, I don't know if he's going to go into singing. That's his, his path, whatever he chooses. But because I'm Mom, I'm Natalie. Like when I'm home, I'm not Nina Sky. Like I'm Mom. This is Titi Nicole.
But our kids definitely know. They've been on stage with us and performed with us.
That's beautiful.
But they didn't realize it until like more recently. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. I love that you guys are so tight as a family. I think that's like so special. And just having them like kind of know what you guys are doing and being familiar with that. I want to talk about just the culture in terms of music. I want to talk about were you guys scared to like kind of go into the Latin world and kind of explore that lane? And then where do you stand now with the music?
I mean, for us, we've always embraced, all genres of music, and especially Latin music. Like we grew up listening to Latin music. I think for us, being Latinas that don't speak Spanish fluently, I think that was the one thing that made us feel self-conscious of making Spanish records. But we've made so many of them, and we love to. It just feels like another extension of who we are. We're so proud of it,
Yeah.
So I think, we've written some recently. We probably would release more.
Yeah. We have a song called Dímelo that has some Spanish in it that we may be releasing soon. But we always wanted to do Spanish music. So when we did Oye Mi Canto, that was the first one. Then we did a whole project called La Conexión. We work with Ivy Queen. We work with, who else on the project? Yage Maki. We work with Looney Tunes. Like we went to Puerto Rico and worked with a bunch of artists.
I love that.
So that was like our first experience really diving into making Spanish music or recording Spanish music. But yeah, we would do more. I love singing in Spanish.
Yeah. You guys recently did something where, whose house were you in? Was it your house?
Yeah.
So you guys recorded. So talk to me a little bit.
The live session?
Yeah, the live session. Talk to me a little bit about that and how that all came about. And just the concept, because it's beautiful and I love the way it shot. It's very nostalgic.
So we're celebrating 20 years. Move Your Body came out in 2004. We knew we wanted to do a live performance, tiny desk-ish. Yeah. But we wanted it to feel nostalgic, as if it took place in that era. Also, we were thinking like New York public access. Like, sometimes in the middle of the night we turn on the TV and we see this. So we were like, it'd be cool just to tap into all of that where it felt like very authentically New York, and then also authentically that era, and playing some songs that people hadn't heard us sing live from our album, but the most requested songs from our album. So we chose 3. We did Move Your Body because we felt like we had to do Move Your Body. It's the biggest song.
Yes.
But then we also did Faded Memories and Your Time, which are 2 songs that we really love that we wrote on that album.
I love them.
And we had live musicians with us. And it really came together all so beautifully. It felt really intimate and really special. And
I love the way it was shot. Like, I love like that grainy feel. Like,
so that's all because of
good.
The director, Danny Aphrodite. That's the style that she shoots. And that's why we worked on this project with her, because we knew that she could really give us that feel, like that nostalgic feel. So shout out to her.
I love that. I want to talk about, I know I'm jumping all over the place, but there's so much that I want to like talk to you guys about. You guys haven't done an interview in like a while. Why is that?
It's not, I don't know if there's a specific reason that we haven't done an interview in a while. It feels like now, because we're marking 20 years of being in this industry, is the right time to talk about stuff. And, we're not the people that feel like we have to be out all the time or have to be talking all the time. And, you know, it had to feel right. And this really felt like that moment, like connecting with you and sitting here. And so I don't know, you know, I guess 20 years since it's the anniversary, that's what really made us feel like, you know, now is the time for us to come out and have this conversation.
I know, I was like, wow, they haven't done an interview in a while. So I was like nervous, but also excited. Like, I feel honored. Like they're going to sit on Growing Up Latina.
Oh, we're so happy to be here.
Yeah.
We love this space you created. So thank you for inviting us and giving us, you know, a platform.
I'm not done with you guys yet, but I do want to give you guys your flores.
Okay. I'm going to have a sip of water.
Oh, thank you.
But I do want to give you guys this.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
These are so beautiful.
Thank you.
I just want to say you guys really deserve your flowers. You know, what you guys have contributed to the industry on a professional level and also on a personal level, just how open you guys have been. I love that you guys are very honest and open about where you have stood in the music industry. You've been very authentic to your voices. And I think that's very special. Oftentimes when you see people in this industry, they change. They switch up, right? And you guys have never switched up. And I love that. So I think you guys are very deserving of this 20 years, like, and still like killing it. You guys look flawless, by the way.
Thank you.
Like, I don't know what the skin regimen.
Well, shout out to Jamie, okay?
Like,
she keeps us glowed up. We're great.
You guys, I'm like, damn, they look good.
You look fab right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to get into my rapid fire. Let me know if you're ready.
Yes, we're so ready.
Yeah.
We came ready.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Tell me you're Latina without telling me you're Latina.
Have you ever been hit with a chancleta?
Come on.
Okay, so
we vote.
So you're Latina, right? Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. What does it mean to you to be Latina?
What does it mean to me to be Latina?
Why are you saying that?
What does it mean to me?
I mean, it's so ingrained in who we are. It means everything to us. You know, I think people expect like this certain like outward presentation of like, I'm Latina, you know, but we grew up in this environment of like being so proud to be Puerto Rican. And I mean, what it means, that's all the only way I can explain it. It's just so ingrained in who we are.
It's like the honor of like representing for our grandparents and our parents and saying like, we are Puerto Rican, you know, like to us, that's an honor. Like our grandparents were born there, you know, our father and our mom, like they raised us with like
super proud.
To be super proud. So I think it's just like an honor that we get to just like represent our culture. And
love that. What's one thing you need in the morning?
Coffee.
What kind of coffee?
Black.
That's how I like it.
A little bit of milk. A little bit of milk. I need a splash.
Splash?
Just a splash.
She's like, give me some splash of sugar or something. Tattoos. First tattoo and why?
We got a sun and a moon, but they're awful.
Did you guys get it together?
Yeah. When we were 16.
Yeah, we got in a lot of trouble for them too. But
really?
Sun and a moon, night and day. That's us. Okay. You know, two halves of a whole.
Terrible tattoos. Natalie's looks like a bullseye and mine looks like a Batman
She has a tramp
symbol.
stamp.
Yeah.
Oh my God. How many tattoos do you guys have now?
Too many to count.
Really?
Yeah.
And you're still going to keep going?
Maybe. I feel like the only thing I would get now is my kids' names. I don't know. It has to be something really meaningful. I have my dog tattooed on me, so I have to get my kids on me. Come on.
Right. Yeah. Come on. If you have your dog,
but that's definitely... I think that will be it.
Okay. What is this chapter of your life called?
What is this chapter of our lives called? Oh my goodness, that's a deep one.
This chapter of my life?
Yeah.
What is it called?
She said, what is it called?
I don't know. Like, I don't put my life in chapters, you know? Like, it's like a...
You're a writer.
Yeah, but it's just so an ongoing... There's no, like...
I felt like I was a sister. Girl, you a writer.
I know. It's like I feel like I should have something so deep to say. This chapter of my life. You know, people say this is my me era. This is my this era.
I feel like my chapter is called Duly Noted. Okay. I'm in a duly noted chapter.
And what does that mean to you? Like, what?
All right,
what
now you interviewing
like,
me.
I need to. No, I need some inspiration because should I have a chapter? I don't know. I want to.
I mean, I think in life you go through phases, right, and eras, and I feel like for me, I'm in an era of my life where I'm not going to be so quick to respond. It's more like duly noted,
Okay.
and I'll act accordingly. You know, I pick and choose my battles.
I'm honestly the chapter of my life. I'm like, I have to pin that. I don't know what the chapter of my life. We're gonna have to get back to you. Yeah.
All right, I'll bring you back on the show then.
Let's do it.
What's your favorite Latin dish?
Pastelón.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a really, damn, I haven't had that in a minute.
Our mom makes it
Every holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the holidays.
That's
Do you
like
guys cook?
Yeah.
We do cook.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you guys make?
I can make a pastelón. I mean, I can
Why
make...
you got defensive? She was like, wait, hold on.
You know what? I feel like a lot of the traditions we hold with our family, they come in the forms of like food and music. You know, like, so I love to make a pastelón or an arroz con gandules or whatever it is.
Natalie is an amazing cook.
I love to cook.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, Nicole cooks. Come on, girl.
Thank you.
She just wanted to me to throw it back at her.
Yeah,
But she's an incredible cook too.
Do you cook?
I cook. I have to cook. I have kids, right? You have to keep them fed.
Yeah.
Girl, I be trying. My mom is a whole cook, and I just never wanted to be in the kitchen growing up. I'm like, no, this is just not for me. So I make like the bare minimum, just enough to get by though. Enough to get by. What's one song you can't live without?
Sade, Kiss of Life.
Oh, that's a good one. You?
I would probably pick that song too, but I'm gonna say No Doubt Sunday Morning.
That's a really good one.
Doom, do, 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 do.
It's like a pick me up. When I hear that, I'm like,
I love that.
Go. Yeah.
Okay.
That whole album.
What's the last movie that made you cry with laughter? It was so funny that you cried.
The last movie that made me cry with laughter. I can't even remember the last.
Nicole does not watch movies.
You don't?
I was gonna try to answer the question. No, you know what?
What do you watch then? Like, are you like a YouTube girl? Is that like your thing?
No, I just watched the most mindless like TV
what?
shows, like 90 Day Fiance.
Okay.
You know, just things that you can just watch and you don't really have to think much, and you can like miss a part and you're still like, there's no storyline.
It's there. Okay.
Yeah, like that kind of vibe. I can't even think of a movie that I saw something recently, but I don't think it was a funny movie. You watch a lot of movies.
Yeah, but they're mostly kids' movies. Like
Yeah.
we watch movies all the time.
Okay.
But I'm never laughing, crying. I mean, crying, laughing. It's like crying because I'm like a very emotional person.
Yeah.
So like all the cartoon movies, they always have like some sad underlying thing for the adults. Like the parents get old, and you're like, you see that really what this is about is that the parents are getting old and they're
That's how I
losing
feel
control
about
of the
the Lion
kids, and you're
King.
like, what the hell? Like the kids are like, oh, this is so nice, and you're like, so I cry at a lot of like. For a lot of kids' movies. Yeah. So like Coco, oh my, I can't watch that.
Not laughter,
She's
cry.
like,
cry.
No, like I cry.
Yeah.
Like
Really?
there's no laughter.
Are you emo? Like, you give me like emotional vibes. Are you like very tapped into like?
No,
in a good way though. Like in a good way, not in like a way like.
I'm totally in tune with my emotions. I cry for commercials, you know, with the dogs when they're like, oh, you know, I cry for all of that. I don't.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
All right.
You gotta let it out.
Okay. If you can have the Last Supper with 3 Latinas, dead or alive, who would they be and why?
Well, 2 of them would have to be my daughters because, you know, Last Supper, got to include them. And I guess the third one would be, I don't know if this is my mom. Like,
that's a solid answer.
We're gonna keep it there.
Yeah, mine would probably be my mom, Nicole, and my grandma.
I love that. Yeah. And what are you guys eating at this dinner?
Vianda, pastelón.
Yeah, everything that grandma and mom cook.
Yeah,
that's what we're
doing. Because, you know.
Pasteles. Ooh. All the things.
What is... Yeah, I'm about to go to your house for Christmas. Like, what is something you would want to work on that you haven't already?
You know, I said this year, I was like, you know what? I want to take on acting. Like, I want to act.
Like, what kind of role do you see yourself?
I don't know. But I know I can do it.
How do you know?
Because anything I want to do, I feel like I can do it.
Period.
Why not? Right? That is my chapter. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, anything I want to do, I can do
I'm
it.
like, you know what? You just gave me... No, I don't even know if I can do it, but I know I'll try. So, like, I would like to try acting.
Acting is fun.
Yeah. Have you acted before?
I went to school for acting.
Yeah, like...
Yeah. It's fun.
You give me that vibe. Like, you can...
What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
But truthfully, I'm like a really shy girl.
Okay.
In real life, like off cameras, I'm like very like shy and like timid. So when I have to act, when I was in school, it was like a switch. I just became like someone else. I don't know if you guys experienced this musically, but like I just turned into like whatever my alter ego was. I'm not even sure if she has a name.
That's totally us
That's
when
us.
we perform.
I'm like, I don't know if she has a name, but
I mean,
We're
that's us
so
right now.
low key. We're so low key when we're not
Yeah.
on stage, and then we get on stage, and it's just like everything changes.
Yeah.
You just transform. So I feel you.
What about you? What's something that you would want to work on that you have not already?
Something that I would want to work on that I have not already.
Mm-hmm.
You had to answer right away. Acting.
Yeah, she
I
was
don't
like,
know. I was, because I've been thinking about it. I'm like, maybe I'll act. Like, maybe we'll.
acting's fun.
Why don't you act too?
Sure. Done.
It can be another shared vision.
Why don't you act?
Yeah, it's our acting chapter. Bam, done.
She's going back to the
That's
chapters.
Yeah, I had to like leave everything answered.
Okay.
It's just,
Finish this sentence. Growing up Latina is.
Growing up Latina is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can use so many words there. Growing up Latina is amazing. Growing up Latina is
beautiful.
Growing up Latina
Is this right here?
I love this.
is
One. She's
it.
like, beautiful.
Growing up Latina is everything, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's absolutely
it's everything. It's everything we are. So,
what's one like last message you would want to leave to your fans?
A message that we'd like to leave to our fans. I feel like everyone probably says this, but it's so important just to, whatever you want to do in your life, believe in yourself and love what you do and lead with love. And these are all the things that like our mom would tell us that we still apply to our life every day. It's so simple. It's like the most simple.
yeah, it's like, don't let any outside voices get in your head, because it's when other people start telling you can't do something that you feel like you can't do it, right? Like, you're like, I can do this, and then someone says it, and you're like, maybe I can't.
Like, I don't think I can.
No, if you think you can do something, I promise you can do it. And you may have to do it in different versions, and you may have to, like, fix things a little bit so that you can get it done. But I promise you that if we can do it, you can do it, you know?
We were talking about, like, on the way here, just like our career and like business and music, and just like how many times we've, pivoted from, being artists to, we've always done this. This is authentically, naturally what we do. But just on the business side, like pivoting to writing songs, or pivoting to DJing, or pivoting to music curation, or pivoting, just figuring out like these different things that we can do that are extensions of what we already do, and just believing in it. Like we always knew we wanted to do music. We always knew that we wanted to be artists. But, after that, what else can we do so that we're still living this dream, but also being smart about it and being smart about our business? And I guess to our fans, it's that. It's just like, whatever you want to do, believe in yourself. Don't be scared to pivot. Don't be scared to try new things. And, the worst thing you can do is let the outside noise.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
And the only way for something not to happen is if you don't do it, right? Like, if you don't go for something, you'll never be able to say, I did it.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's like,
but
go
I
for
think
it.
too, it's like the most special thing about this is that you guys have always had each other. But what about the person that doesn't have anyone?
I think it's really important to find your people. I mean, even though you don't have a twin sister, you don't have a Natalie, you have your, I'm assuming, like, your friends and just like your core people that you love and support, and are gonna like support you and also tell you like, yo, that's not it. You know what I mean? So we don't have ego between us, Natalie and I. If Nat says she thinks something's whack, I'm like, okay, maybe it's whack, and I'll revisit it. But like, I just think it's, you find your people that truly respect you and that you truly respect.
Yeah, find your community and be honest with your community and with yourself.
Because we understand that what we have is kind of unique to us.
It is.
I mean, there are people who there are other twins in the business, but this is unique to us. But we do still believe that, everyone has their core people. Everyone has, a support system. And as long as you have that, then, you can
thrive.
Yeah, don't be scared to ask for help when you need it. Don't be scared to reach out to your resources. That's another thing. I think sometimes people are so scared. And it's like, no, like ask questions, welcome your community.
What's one thing you guys feel like you could have done differently? Just like having the knowledge that you guys have now.
I think when we were first coming in the industry, we could have questioned more things. And, I think being young, it's easier to just go along with what's happening, especially when you're so excited about what's happening. So I think we could have questioned things more. I think that's a big thing that I
Yeah, but I think our lack of questions and, us not knowing things and all the things we went through definitely made us the strong-minded businesswomen that we are today. So I don't, could we have changed it? Yeah, but if that didn't happen, would we be in the position we are today? I don't know. I feel like everything that we went through made us who we are. So yeah, we could, in the beginning, we should have asked more questions and we should have, been more business focused, but we're musicians. So we're in it to make music and to perform. Once we realized that it was more than that, we obviously were able to do more and we knew more. But
having went through like everything that you went through in the industry and just like, all your experiences, how do you feel and where do you stand with like labels? Like, would you guys ever go back to label? Are you guys just going to go into this?
Not to cut you off, but I don't think that we need a label.
Period.
Like I think
You're absolutely right.
we've already been not signed to a label for so many years that like I'm not sure that you can release, any artist watching, like you can release music on your own and you can get all the money from the music instead of paying someone to release your music for you.
Right.
So there are resources. I'm not sure that I don't think we'd ever release music to a label. I think it's for us, the independence is the way. Like
I think for us, we've really been able to figure out what works and have our core fan base. And, like I said, pivoting and doing all these other like things like DJing, songwriting. But I don't necessarily think it's a negative thing to want the support of a label. But I think for us at this point, we can get directly to our fans, through IG, any social media platform, and build a hype about something. And also, now we're in a position now that we can fund our own music. So I think if you're a young artist, then you might need the funds from a label. But for us personally, like we run our own business, so we can be our own label. We can release our own music. We can, market our own music. We can, and we've done that for the past few years. So I don't know if I wouldn't say yes or no. I just think that, we've created something that's just like running so well on its own that I don't know if that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't think you guys need it.
Yeah. Like,
we don't have anything against the label.
I just think that you guys, because sometimes when you're signed to a label, they kind of like have creative input that may not be.
Yeah, I mean, you're an investment. Like when people are investing in you, obviously they're going to have some say in what you're doing. I mean, it's fair. Right?
Yeah,
I think we've done so much to create our own space and like build our own like business together that we are able to do it on our own terms. Like we always say, we make and break the rules. Like we don't have a blueprint for what we're doing. We know that our fans are in front of us. We know where we can connect with our fans. And when we want to put out art, we put out art. And, when we're touring, we're like, we put on the best shows that we can for that same reason, because we know that our fans are there and we can connect with them, and we stay connected with our fans.
Yeah.
So for us, like, I don't know if we need that, but yeah, for like a younger artist, it might be something that,
to consider.
Yeah.
What's coming up next for you guys?
What's coming up next for us? So, we have.
Why'd you breathe so deep?
No. What's coming up next for us? We're planning a tour. So like,
I love that.
But heavily based on just the era of
the early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Yeah.
So we have other artists that we're bringing with us. We have DJs. We're gonna start in New York and hit a few other cities. So that's something that we're excited about. We're like putting it together. We're routing it. We're inviting like other Latina artists with us up from the era. So it's cool. It's exciting. It's been a cool project for us to work on, and also, to see it come to fruition has been, yeah.
I love this. Okay, my last question.
Go for it.
I know, I'm sorry.
No,
I want to keep you guys here. I literally want to keep you guys here. But this is more so because I want to end it in just such a loving way. 3 things that you guys both love about each other. Go first.
What do I love about Natalie?
Oh, you want to go first? Okay.
No, like Nat's such a protector. She really is. She's so motherly. Nat's funny. She's got a great sense of humor. You tell good jokes. And no, you do. I mean, she's my best friend. Nat is like my best friend through everything. So that's the 3 things that, and I could go on. There's lots more. Okay, but you had me narrow it down.
Well, thanks. That was nice.
The pressure is on.
My 3. No, I'm gonna say the same. Nicole is very protective. Like Nicole gets that like, you fuck with my family kind of thing. Like you don't like. She's very
You're
like
the same way, Nat.
She's I know, like, but fuck you're around and find out.
No, it's that Nicole is like so kind, so nice. But you don't want to mess with her family, and those are 2 of her greatest qualities: her kindness, but also this like okay. And then Nicole's a great mom. Like she's such a. It's cool to watch her, mom.
Yeah,
it's cool to watch her with her daughters, because Nicole's like a really good mom. So I think those are, and I mean she's my best friend too, so I can say a lot of things about her. But those are 3 things that I admire.
Thanks,
and I think
Nat.
I love about her.
I literally
taught her
well.
You were a mom first, yeah.
Thank you guys for coming on the show.
Thank you.
I literally don't want to end the interview, but I'm being respectful of your time.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, oh my God, where do we end it? I don't even want to end it, but
you want to ask another question, and then we can.
Go ahead, ask more questions.
Oh my God, I can literally ask more questions, but again, I'm gonna respect your time. Thank you so much for coming on Growing Up Latina.
Thank you so much,
and thank you guys for just like giving
us for having
a shot
us
here. You know what I'm saying?
We appreciate you, and we appreciate what you're doing and the platform. So thank you for having us.
Thanks for creating this space for women like us. This is awesome. It's beautiful. And like I said, we're honored to be here with you. So thanks.
Yes. Shout out to Nina Sky.